salam sejahtera, and is it too late to say Happy New Year to all? Okay. Alright. Okay, I've actually got a director. Okay, thank you very much. I believe this is a very short notice. Saya ucapkan terima kasih kerana kehadiran semua. Perkara ini agak penting dan saya minta sedikit pertimbangan dan kesabaran because kita akan mainkan beberapa clip audio recording ya. This recording ni is with regards to conversations involving the former Prime Minister Najib Razak, former MACC Chief Tan Sri Zulkifli, a foreign head of state, Datin Sri Rosma, and a couple of other persons that we will inform you which we have identified. We have been given the recordings, but I won't tell you from where at this point. Pursuant to investigations, we can confirm their absolute authenticity. The contents are shocking. It's of cover-up and subversion of justice and institutions. In the public interest, we are making public the contents. We will now play the recordings to you. Bear with us, it will be roughly about 45 minutes of 9 sets of conversations. So I would like to invite my officer to start. So we'll hope to have your full attention. Once we have played, we believe some of you will be recording it as well. So I don't think we can keep replaying. So let's start. Okay, thank you.
Jual sini.
Ya.
Maaf ganggu malam ni.
Oh, it's okay. Ni tengok kau sekejap. Apa dia?
Saya tadi terus nak jumpa dengan Datuk Sri. Because apa tu ketua siasatan kita dah terima. Kerja Pegawai Negara dah terima benda tu. Datuk Sri. Jadi saya nak update kenapa it's not very good kedudukan dia.
Macam mana dia berjaya?
It's not good.
Nama, yang 3 orang punya nama tadi ya?
3 orang tu.
Ada 3 orang punya nama ya, mention ya?
Tak ada 3 orang.
Yang 3 orang punya nama tu yang dia orang nak ni ya?
Datuk nama tu.
Ya?
Datuk Sri punya nama.
Datuk punya nama? Macam mana pula?
Dia saya nak celebration nak jumpa.
Enggak.
Halo, Datuk Sri. Assalamualaikum. Saya AG dah terima benda tu sikit. Semalam kita terima IP. Jadi dia cadangan tu is not lah. Very good lah. Not very good.
Mana pula? Dia orang kata lain.
The IP with me, okay.
Macam mana nak buat saya pula?
Bila saya tengok benda tu macam nak menangis je lah.
Saya tak terlibat langsung.
Masya Allah. Saya tak tahu lah apa sih. Very clear. Ni ada IP ni. Saya diarahkan sama dia Berhubung negara lah untuk bantu dia.
Benda yang aku kata lain, cakap lain, buat lain.
Masya Allah. Datuk Sri dimaklumkan macam mana?
Maklumkan tak ada apa.
Ya Allah. Terus lagi saya hubungi Datuk Ghazali nak minta audiens untuk Datuk Sri. Bila saya tengok, saya macam nak menangis juga Datuk Sri. Sanggup to that extent.
Mana dia boleh kata? Jadi kan benda tu keluar susah pula kita.
Ya, itu yang saya paling takut kan. Saya nak update Datuk Sri tadi minta pada audiens Datuk Sri.
Saya jumpa AG hari tu kat SRC.
Okey lah, mungkin dia updatekan Datuk Sri.
Baik tu.
Tapi benda tu memang dengan saya dah. Saya dah memang dapat. Tadi pun kita dah. Saya dah ambil lah IP semua tu. Buat turun masuk ke tempat saya. Tapi yang itu tak apa. Saya dengan dan si AG tak ada masalah. Datuk Sri very good. Kita bersependapat, tak ada masalah. Cuma nak updatekan Datuk Sri apa sebenarnya. Apa tu cadangan yang dicadangkan oleh MBCC sendiri, Datuk Sri.
Itu yang tak kena tu kalau dia cadang tu benda tu terkeluar ni tak sedap.
Betul, Zuri, itu yang kita risau sangat-sangat. Itu yang saya rasa Datuk Sri perlu tahu perkara tersebut. On the legal side, kita boleh handle. Rahsia Pandi boleh handle, saya boleh handle. Itu tadi isu Datuk Sri. Tapi yang selain daripada legal tu, dan saya pun tak sangka to the extent seriousnya benda tu.
Mana dia main tu?
Wallahualam. Saya rasa Datuk Sri ni kena minta maaf lah, Datuk Sri memang kena main.
Tak kena main macam ni.
Teruk Datuk Sri.
Ya.
It's better for me to kalau boleh atau Datuk Sri nak tunggu jumpa Sri Pandi hari Khamis minta maaf.
Pandi tak tengok dah.
Pandi dia tengok sekali lalu macam itu. Dia tunjukkan semalam tu part yang that part sahaja.
Dia patut ikut.
Dia pun terkejut, memang terkejut. Dan dia semalam pun dah menimpas dah macam it's not very happy. Dia pun terfikir kan kita tengah plan lah macam mana nak buat benda tu. Tadi isu lah legal kita boleh support, tapi yang macam Datuk Sri cakap lah masalah. Seolah-olah keputusan Gani itu betul lah dulu Datuk Sri.
Tak boleh itu. Macam mana bukan buat ni?
Itulah saya kata. Saya ada benda lain pula. Tadi pihak polis pun datang jemput saya buat ruang GP punya isu. AIO, IMDB jemput saya dan briefkan saya tentang kes tersebut. Jadi saya kata tak apa, IMDB tak ada isu dah sekarang. Polis pun okey dengan saya. Dan dia maklumkanlah apa peristiwa-peristiwa yang sebelum ini yang berlaku. Jadi bila saya dengar tu pun saya pun terkejut. Cuma rupanya bukan, it is not only yang ini is not Gani Patah seorang Datuk Sri. Ini dia sendiri dengar perkara tersebut. Kalau Datuk Sri nak, saya boleh bawa dia sekali jumpa Datuk Sri. Dengar terus. He was present dalam meeting tu. Which is bila Datuk Sri dengar tu dan konsisten dengan apa keputusan sekarang. Oh, saya pun itu yang kita penimpan dia sekarang.
Kalau Ricky balik dia kan dia akan keluar benda dia akan bocor kan.
Siapa? Itu yang kita tak dapat. Banyak benda saya nak explain macam Sri ni because saya dari Sri. Dalam kes ni jadi peliknya ialah kalau Datuk Sri tengok kepada press release yang dikeluarkan baru-baru ni oleh Syukri, dia menyatakan bahawa kertas sesatan itu dibentangkan ke dalam panel khas Kita pelik pula bila pula panel khas ni ditubuhkan. Panel khas ni pula terdiri daripada 5 orang. Dan kenapa pula ada perlu panel khas sebelum dihantar ke pejabat peguam negara? Jadi benda tu pula dia tulis itu diwakili oleh 5 orang panel khas yang terdiri daripada pakar-pakar. Jadi seolah-olah nampak, seolah mengatakan panel khas itu juga telah bersetujulah dengan pandangan MCC. Dan yang peliknya hanya kes yang itu satu je. Dia ada 2 kes atau sorry. Yang kes yang satu tu saja yang dibentangkan ke panel khas, satu lagi tidak dibentangkan dalam panel khas.
Ini betul nak mengenai ni.
Nampak ni macam tu saja.
Pada keadaan di mana politisi untuk ni lalu suka menginginkan.
Itu yang nampaknya terus. Which is very bad. Saya tengok very bad. Kalau kita tengok tadi semalam pun dah. Kita tengok satu Sri yang Masya Allah kata. Saya macam nak nangis tengok ni. Aduh, macam mana ni kata. How can they can come with this sampai sanggup macam ni kata.
Dia nak jadi satu kontroversi.
Betul. Kita boleh handle sendiri masalah ni dengan datang dibuat keputusan tidak selaras. Lepas itu kita tahu sama ada dia orang akan bocor. Dan ramai sekarang dah tahu panel khas ada 5 orang, jadi IO dengan beberapa guardnya ada lagi beberapa orang hakim more than 10, more than maybe 20. Kita nak cover macam mana tu Sri? Which is agak memeranjatkan juga. Ya, because dari apa yang maklumat yang saya tadi lah, ada IO polis jumpa saya tadi dimaklumkan bahawa dalam satu pertemuan di rumah Dansikani IO tersebut berada di sana sama-sama. Dan Abu Kasim bagi tahu pada AG pada Tansi buat keputusan untuk tuduh sahajalah. Tansi pernah usaha. You will be remembered by the people after this. This yang perkataan yang digunakan oleh Tansi Abu Kasim kepada Gani Patal. Dulu lah mesti yang sebelum Gani Patal dipecatkan dan dihidik. Jadi kalau Datuk Sri tengok masa itu, it is not all this while kita mengatakan bahawa Gani ni yang jahat. Tapi memanglah dia pun satu. Tapi how come benda tu sampai dia keluar dari mulut Abu Kasim kepada Tansi Gani? Seolah dia instigate benda tu. Dan sekarang kita tengok Abu Kasim tak boleh kata dia nak cuci tangan Datuk Seri. That is did not involved with this decision. Yang pelik lah tu tak pernah dalam sejarah FBCC Datuk Seri.
Okay, we will be playing the second clip. This first clip that we played, the full clip is about 15 minutes, but I think you've heard the essence of the conversation. That was between Tan Sri Zulkifli. Of that conversation, document that we have received is on the 5th of January 2016. Time is about 11:56. And this conversation, the first call was made by Tan Sri Zul. At that time, he was a prosecutor at the AG Chambers. And he made the call, and the first person to answer the call was Rosma, Datin Sri Rosma, we are assuming that this is a conversation by telephone. I think it's quite obvious there. And then the call was then passed to Datuk Sri Najib. And the conversation revolves around an investigation paper. As you can hear, there is an obvious leaking of information from the AG's chambers to the person who is, we believe, is a subject of investigation. So that is one serious issue of leakage, but we will brief some more after playing the rest of the videos. So the next clip, I think maybe we can give you a heads up. The next clip is about 2 minutes. Again, this is from Tan Sri Zul with why don't you hear out first who he's going to speak to? Maybe I'll keep the suspense. All right.
Datuk Seri, apa khabar?
Okay, though. Everything okay, though?
Sibuk Datuk Seri, sorry.
Yes. No. Anytime for you. No problem. No
Just to
problem.
inform you,
Yeah.
last Thursday I dah prepare satu dah siap.
Yeah.
Satu tadi just finish the second one.
Yes, sir.
Jadi semua dah finish dah siap. Jadi besok we will brief dan sendiri lah. We dah fix the whole morning untuk kita orang brief.
Yeah.
Actually the write up of both dah ready.
Okay, good.
Okay, semua under control lah.
Itulah keadaannya.
Hmm.
Dan saya boleh pergi ke rumah. Beritahulah dia kata, besok hantar balik lah.
Dah besok untuk pergi jumpa Tan Sri brief. Tak tahu apa dia nak buat decision. Mungkin dia dapat update Tan Sri. Datuk Sri.
So dia kan hantar, dia nak hantar balik. Okay. Hantar balik belah sana, minta 1 week.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I know you're doing very, very well.
2 weeks ni kita orang buat lah.
Itulah.
Tak tahu lah Tan Sri cakap apa Datuk Sri. Okay.
Okey, dia kata besok dia dapat beri meeting tu, dia nak tolak balik ke dia orang, kan? Minta ulasan dalam seminggu, lepas tu dah 2 minggu betul lah.
Jadi kita dah 2 minggu ni tak ada weekend lah.
Thank you, brother. Don't worry. Nanti semua tu recorded. I was very informed. Very informed.
Kita update Datuk lah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care, apa-apa kita nak calling, ya?
Okay, ada apa-apa ya. Okay, Datuk.
So,
Thank you, Datuk Sri.
That was on the 17th of January, at about 12:20 p.m. The next call is on the 22nd of January 2016, about 10 at night, 10 p.m. Again, it's a call from Tan Sri Zul, and by this call, you will know who was the previous caller, because the identity will be revealed through that conversation. Yeah.
how was it? Good or bad?
Dia
They
maintain.
cannot do the fighting. Dia tak ada fighting lah.
Dia maintain industri. Kita
Dia-
hantar balik tu because we post certain question to them. Jadi when kita post certain question to them with a view that they take the opportunity untuk review lah. Tak ada lah, dia orang tak review lah. Maintain dia orang punya tu.
I see.
Maintain, lepas tu nak cadangkan pula against
Bawah.
dua orang lagi Pak.
2 je lah.
Ha?
2 je lah.
Tak, yang dulu maintain.
Yang bos maintain lagi tambah 2.
Maintain, tak tambah lagi. Dengan Nick, dengan Subuh, dan Samsul dengan Aziz.
Aziz mana?
Aziz satu kadangnya Aziz mana?
Oh, ada Aziz lah.
Ada Aziz, bukan Aziz Rahim lah.
Alhamdulillah. So Aziz, Samsul, Subihi, Nick.
Ni sebuah hasilnya sebuah.
Kira Rosman tak ada, Alhamdulillah tak ada benda-benda tak mengaji.
Tak ada.
Sebab dia Rosman tak ada. Confirm
Confirm.
You dah baca banyak kali
Baca lah, kita prepare ni. Nak final hari Isnin. Kita akan lepaskan.
So, semuanya
tadi.
Semuanya road to Mexico. Semuanya. Semua sekali tanpa
yang tu.
Allah.
No, yang tadi kita brief Tansi Diskan Tansi. What we are going to do is on apa tu Tuesday. We settle number 1 dulu lah.
Okay.
Yang itu nanti we send back for sama macam lah lebih kurang. Tapi we will settle that one first. One and for all lah.
Yang part ni dia go for CP kan? CP apa tu kan?
Yang mana which one?
CP kan?
Yang mana yang untuk siapa?
Empat go for CP kan?
CP.
CP kan? Kita nak 420 atau 403 CP kan?
409.
409
CP
lah. Okay. Your boss is calling me. I call it later.
Okay, tak apa.
How was it? Good or bad?
Okay, that was on the 22nd of January, yeah? I believe you can guess who that conversation was with, huh? You want to take a guess or you want us to tell? Okay, very good. Okay, you can be part of the forensic team.
On the same year?
Sorry?
This one have the conversations on the same year?
Yeah. It's in the same year. It's in chronology. Now, the next conversation is on the 26th of January 2016 at about 11:56 a.m. Now, you might want to remember that particular date. It is a significant date, which we will tell you later. But hear out the conversation first, because an event happened on that 26th January as well. So you will know it may be related to this content. All right.
Halo, bos. Bos, apa ni? PM baru bagi instruction tadi.
Ya.
Yang fund yang bos tunjuk salah. Yang bos sebenarnya yang bagi kat PM kan, yang hard copy tu. PM nak pergi ke Saudi. PM want a complete set of fund yang pergi kat account semua tu kan. A complete set yang berada because dia nak pergi ke Saudi, dia nak bincang dengan Saudi.
Complete set. Semua masuk account dia.
PM nak tell ni.
Dia betul tak ada dekat nak bilang dekat MSC, tapi tak apa kawan kita, tak apa itu apa.
Bos cuba bos. Pasal saya kat dia bos, dia nak pergi ke Saudi tu kan. Dia hari ni, tapi dia nak go through today tu kata. Okay, kan?
Nanti apa yang nampak kita cari apa yang salah.
Macam petani bos tak ada di jabat, dia akan ada di PWBC. Tapi kalau moleknya bos deliver kat rumah dia.
Apa cari dua cari.
Bos cari dapat.
Kita discount kan dia pun.
Dah.
Cari.
Ambo suruh bos ni dengan jabe-jabe bos. Ambo tahu bos Penang ke bos?
Penang.
Ambo ngaji je. Ambo bini ke Kedah bos. Tapi ambo tak cakap luar. Bos. Pastikan dah bos lain clear jelutung semua tu. Macam mana boleh?
Okay, we have verified after hearing that belongs to a person by the name of Tan Sri Shukri from the PM's office. All right, Tan Sri Shukri.
Tan Sri Shukri, the one who made the report.
Oh, okay. All right. That's not coming from us. Okay, so then that was this conversation happened on the, sorry, just now I said 26th of January. I need to correct that. This is 26th of February, that conversation. The earlier conversation between Aziz and Tan Sri Zul, that was on the 22nd of January. So, mind you, the few days later, something significant has happened. So you can relate to whether this conversation is related to that particular thing on the 26th of January, all right? And 26th of February, this was the conversation. Okay. Now, we're going to play to you another episode, which is further down in the year of 2016, which is on the 22nd of July 2016. Again, this is a very significant date. There were some events that happened, and from the conversation you will know what they're talking about. So yeah.
Mr. Prime Minister, how are you, sir?
I'm delighted to speak with you, Your Highness. I'm well, alhamdulillah, and I hope you and your family, they are well.
Everybody is just well, Mr. Prime Minister. How is the family there?
Good family, well here. Of course, we are experiencing a bit of dark clouds as a result of yesterday's announcement by the Department of Justice. That's why, Your Highness, it's important for us to resolve this impasse with respect to I1MDB and IPIC as soon as possible, so that we put closure as soon as possible, because it's embarrassing both countries, embarrassing Malaysia, embarrassing UAE as well, and personalities who are close to you. So I wish that we can find a solution as soon as possible. But it's difficult for me to talk to you on the phone. Would it be possible for us to meet as soon as possible so that we can work this out?
Mr. Prime Minister, it will be fine with me, but the only catch is I'm traveling with Sheikh Khalifa. He's in medical treatment now. He's going for a checkup for about 5 days, and I'm going to leave to see him after tomorrow and stay with him. But is it okay after that?
Where will Your Highness be?
I'll be home in about 7 to 8 days here.
7, 8 days.
If you think this is too late, I can arrange something else. I can let Khaldun come to you wherever you are, in a very under the radar, and sit with you and talk about it. He's somebody that I trust for you, Mr. Prime Minister, like myself.
Yes. Your Highness will be, where will Your Highness be on Sunday?
On Sunday I will be leaving Sheikh Khalifa. On Sunday, actually, yes.
You're leaving what time on Sunday?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure.
Not in the morning.
Not in the morning?
No.
Would it be possible if I were to meet you on Sunday morning?
I can arrange that.
I will fly over on Saturday and then be with you on Sunday morning. Then after our discussion, Your Highness, you can proceed with your trip. Because this is very urgent, actually. If we not resolve this, the matter could escalate,
Okay. Can I call you back in about 3 hours or 2 hours?
Sure. You can call me, say, 11:30 our time, which is about 2.5 hours time. Is it possible?
Yeah, definitely. I'll call you for that.
Okay, good. Thank you, Your Highness. So,
Okay. Which one? Oh, yeah. Just a little bit of, can you hear? Just a little bit of background before we play the follow-up conversation. We believe the Your Highness, the reference is to the Crown Prince of UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. So this is a conversation between the former Prime Minister with the Crown Prince of UAE. And I'm going to play the follow-up conversation.
yes. How are you? Ready for the speak with Highness? Yes, I'm ready. Ready now? I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Speak up.
Mr. Prime Minister, apologize to be late.
You're very prompt, not to worry, Your Highness.
No, not at all. Mr. Prime Minister, I have consulted my guys here, and I'm fine on Sunday, but the catch is to into it. If this visit leak, it will be unproductive for you and for me. So I try to find another solution. Mr. Prime Minister, Khaldun has the full authority from me, and I really genuinely want to find a solution for this problem.
Okay.
I think it's very important that somebody meet him. If the deal is fine with you and fine with us, I think we should go for it. I don't want to push this anymore. It's in our both interest, Mr. Prime Minister, to solve it.
Yes, it is our mutual interest, Your Highness. Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't think I should fly over? You think people will know about it?
I think people will does know about it, yes.
I see. But we really need to resolve this.
I can let him come there.
You want Khaldun to come here?
I think Khaldun can come there, Mr. Prime Minister, and or your minister can come and meet with Khaldun.
When can Khaldun come here?
I will call him now. He's in California in a visit, but I can let him snap and shoot from there.
I also have this personal request, Your Highness.
Yes.
That relates to Riza, my son.
Yes.
And his movie. You see, the problem is relatively small. If there can be an agreement with Sheikh Mansour to have a loan agreement signed, and he will pay back according to the schedule, that will show that it's a legitimate, financing package. It's not money laundering, you see. At the moment, he's under a bit of pressure in America, and we're worried about him in case they make him the scapegoat, you see. I would appreciate, because the big package looks positive. We can find a solution, I believe. I would appreciate if that agreement can be signed quickly with Sheikh Mansour or whoever is designated by Sheikh Mansour, so that he can begin to pay back. He's paid back some. He continue to pay back, so that it would appear as legitimate loan agreement, which it is, you see. Because when he received it, the banks cleared the source of money, so he was not aware at all where it came. About the source of money, he generally believed it was from Abba and under the instruction of Sheikh Mansour, you see. And also, remember, Your Highness also talked about helping him when we were in Abu Dhabi. So
Never we want anything to happen to him, Mr. Prime Minister.
that's right. So I need that agreement to be sorted out quickly, Your Highness. That's my special request. As soon as possible. You know, I mean, if Monday or Tuesday, we need to have the agreement signed. Can you suggest how we can do that?
I will do what I can now, Mr. Prime Minister, and I promise you if it is in my power, I will do this. Just, I understand this is your son, and I really don't want to...
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Because he's totally innocent. All he wanted was to make movies, and there was an offer of loan from, Sheman, so your side from Abba. And also you mentioned it when we were at lunch, remember, in the restaurant, about supporting him. So he thought everything was fine, you see. Now they're trying to connect him with one MDB's money, which is totally came as a shock to him, you see.
We will wait, Mr. Prime Minister, inshallah.
But the time is of the essence, Your Highness. We cannot leave it a day longer because, you don't want the Department of Justice to suddenly move against him, is it?
And beginning of the week, inshallah, we'll finish the some issue. I promise you I will do it as soon as possible.
Thank you, Your Highness. Well, how do we, where do we go from here then? I mean, he's got all the documents with him.
Let me call Khaldun, Mr. Prime Minister, right now, and I will see how we can. I will let him to call your man and see how they can arrange a meeting immediately.
He's got the number of Amhari number.
Yes.
If he can call Amhari straight away, and then can we work out how we can resolve it?
Mr. Prime Minister, believe in me, I want to finish this. This is bad, and I don't want to happen.
Thank you, Your Highness. This is very bad. Very, very serious. It could lead to something very, very unforeseen and catastrophic for me, for our government, and also for you on your side. So it is to our mutual interest that we, being so close, we need to resolve this. It's not something which is not impossible. It's something which is actually within our means to resolve it.
I agree.
Yeah. So I'll, what do you want me to do, Your Highness? Just...
Just tell Amhari, Mr. Prime Minister, can do it.
Call Amhari?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. I will let Amhari straight away, Your Highness. Yeah?
Sure.
All right, thank you. Yes?
How are you? Ready for the script?
Okay. Sorry. The person by the name of Khaldun refers to Khaldun. Sorry. When they're mentioning the name Khaldun, it refers to Khaldun Al-Mubarak, which is the chief executive of Mubadala Development Company, MTC. Khaldun, just for background info, has connection with the 1MDB when Malaysia was almost dragged to the international arbitration court when 1MDB failed to pay its bond that was guaranteed by IPIC. So just for your background knowledge. Sheikh Khalifa refers to Khalifa bin Zaid bin Sultan Al Nahyan. That is the president of UAE. And IPIC, that's the International Petroleum Investment Company. And Sheikh Mansour, which was also mentioned, is the chairman of IPIC. Just for background. We're going to play the next one. The next one will be a very short one. That's about less than 2 minutes.
Excellency, Mr. Khaldun?
Yes.
This is Najib, Dr. Najib once again.
Oh, hi, Mr. Prime Minister. How are you?
Sorry to bother you on the line. Has Rizal...
No, I've spoken to him. I've spoken to him, and we agreed that we're going to meet tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Okay, good. Do you want him alone or you want him with a lawyer?
No, I think better for this, we meet alone. I think after I meet with him alone, I can decide how we can move for the next level. But I just need, for the first sit down, just at least for me to understand directly from him what needs to be done.
Okay, can you convey him? I'm trying to get him because he's in a meeting with his lawyer. I don't want him to spoil the thing if he brings his lawyer, but his lawyer is rather attached to him. Doesn't. Okay. Just send him to come along.
I mean, what do you recommend? What do you prefer? If you want, I can bring a lawyer with me also.
No,
that way we can have the conversation with the lawyers. But I think it's better first time one-on-one.
Yes, one-on-one better. One-on-one.
I will communicate that.
You can call the lawyer, but not the first meeting. I think just the two of you will be better.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, thanks.
That was a conversation between Dr. Sri Najib and the person by the name of Khaldun. And that was on the 23rd of July, 2016. From the documentation that we have, it's about 2:49 a.m. in the morning. Now we're going to another phase. That was the first part where you can see the what the conversation is about. This is the third segment. The first segment was between Tan Sri Zul and Najib. The second one was between Najib and the foreign, basically foreign persons, which we have identified. Now the third one is between Datin Sri Rosma and Najib. Please listen very carefully, because this has got it's about 6 minutes, and it's got a lot of names mentioned. I think it's better that we just play so that you can probably catch the context in which they are talking about. This was on the 27th of July 2016 at 12:46 a.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Datuk
Sekejap ni.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I advise you? Can I advise you something?
Yeah, hang on. Okay, anything?
No, you please don't listen to me. You know why? They tell you to slow down on Abu Qasim. And Abu Qasim is making statement, I'm based on Vienna Convention, ambil gambar nampak lahap. We are making him looking like a hero, and you are the villain, see? Can you see that their first priority is you, not anybody else? Ya lah, ya obvious lah. Syahlan dah convince Tengku, dah convince Amari, dah convince, like you, kita semua villain,
No. I allowed Azwan to make the statement. The impact dah bagus dah.
Tak, Azwan. Okay, fine. Now, today Abu Qasim in berita, why is it that they allow Abu Qasim ambil gambar dengan Pak Lah lagi? And he got the cheek to take Pak Lah and everybody else except you, okay? That's not fair. So please, darling, just
Okay, understand.
go by you.
No, I've already signed a letter for Zul's appointment.
Okay, for Kenapa?
Betul lah dia.
Ha.
Okay lah, okay.
No, I don't. Kalau you nak tolong, kenapa you tak tolong last week when the moment the thing happens like that? You should have done the question. I said, how can I help? I went after one week. I said, now you start telling me we can resolve this. I said, what? I said, I don't understand because orang dapat complain against Abu Qasim, he's in trouble. Baru you nak datang nak cakap. Kenapa you tak cakap one week ago? Yang kita ni 1 minggu, yang kita ni sakit hati, sakit badan, sakit kepala. Satu Amari, the thing is not difficult. Just solve and just say that. Withdraw the arbitration. That is the first step. Then I said, they have to trust us, but we trust them.
That's right. That's why Hari told me. I said, you go and talk to Khaldun. Try to convince him this. There is no point going for arbitration. Like I said, you go for arbitration, everybody will get hurt. You see, I can speak to the Crown Prince. The Crown Prince, the Arab minister, they'll go back and say, oh, I need to consult Khaldun. Balik pada kat situ.
Of course, you cannot blame him. Okay, that's the budaya dia. So we have to work around the budaya, dia punya culture. I don't know, maybe Khaldun should come here, and talk to you and, and Amhari separately.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, not just talking over the telephone or it doesn't work, see?
You can invite him here.
Invite him, sort it out once and for all and put it in Khaldun. And he knows us, bukannya dia tak kenal kita. Kau dah makan minum rumah kita semua. Please invite him.
That's a good idea. We can invite him here, sure. I'll tell him that.
And Amhari and Sidang and Suruhanjaya. So and the totality of the picture. And then in the meantime, we can also sort out Rizal. Rizal punya masalah. Bukan banyak. The masalah is just that, somewhere along the line, the thing, the unit is not completed. Itu je.
Sure.
So I think the best thing, he can bring it all, yes. Come down here. I think a lot of things will be resolved. Rather than Amhari cakap dengan dia kat LA, dia cakap dan tak tunggu siang, nak tunggu malam,
Okay, I can suggest to Amhari, invite him here. Yeah.
And then after you say, then we tell Crown Prince, okay, Khaldun is here to talk to us and settle it all. Once and for all. Then we wasted 1 week already.
Yeah. We can invite him here. Yeah.
We
are not wasted. A lot of things are moving already.
Yeah,
a lot of things moving. Dia orang ni, dia nak tengok some movement on the other side, the Chinese side.
It doesn't matter.
So the Chinese side is moving already, you see?
That's why there's not many things you can talk on the phone.
Yeah, okay. We can invite him here. Invite
him here immediately. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we tell the Crown Prince, that Khaldun is coming here, we resolve. And I think he'll be very happy. I know for sure Chair Mansur wants to solve this, I don't solve this, Crown Prince wants to solve this. But they are not the kind of people who sit down and talk to you see?
Okay, we can do that.
Ada duit je.
I'll speak to Amhari after this. I'll tell him to invite.
All you talk to Khaldun. Tak pernah dari tak payah ni. I think you know lots of things sorted out. Please come here, then just solve everything at one go. Just tie white knot. Kalau tak siang nak tunggu siang, sini nak tunggu malam dalam tunggu siang, siang malam, there's a 24-hour gap.
Okay.
Please, darling.
I'll speak to Amhari. Yeah.
Okay. So I believe that you got the gist of it. That was on the 27th of July, 2016. And just to put in context, after that conversation, on the 1st of August, Tan Sri Zulkifli was appointed as the new MECC chief. But as I've said earlier, the arbitration that they were referring to was with regards to where Abu Dhabi would like to bring the issue of binding term sheet between IPIC and 1MDB to the International Arbitration Court. I'll not go into details. Now, we have to continue. The next one is on the 29th of July, 2016 at about 12:14. This is going to be about 5 minutes between Datuk Sri Najib and the individual we believe is Amhari.
You managed to speak to him?
Yes, I got an update for you.
Yes.
He's suggesting conclusion. He's suggesting when he's in Abu Dhabi because he's very, 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 concerned about where he is and all these calls. He's getting a bit worried about all these calls going around. They're not comfortable. So if at the very least, if please tell your principal that although I do not agree, I think it's best that to protect our principles that we don't speak. He said, but if he insists, then at least do it in when I'm back in Abu Dhabi. Lepas tu dia cakap lah dia tengah cuti, semua orang dia tolong juga apa semua untuk solution number 2. So dia macam a bit stressed up lah, a bit wind up lah, not maybe stressed. We're still laughing about it, but it's a bit wind up.
But the most important, the thing is, Susah lah macam ni. Dia tak nak jumpa pula di Jakarta.
Dia nak cakap lah. Dia kata nak jumpa pun, dia kata sangat bahaya, dia kata. That's the thing. And then they are still talking about, we established the communication back channel, dia kata, and the whole idea was to bring the beef, and he said we stick to that, dia kata. And then after that, even with option 2 wasn't on the table, but then option 2, while I was on holiday, I helped out because the two principals spoke. So they kata that one is ongoing and it's going to happen I think the next 2 days. So that's going to happen. But to speak to, they kata, we need to this is very they're very worried lah. Very dangerous. Cakap macam ni takut bocor lah apa semua. So he says that at the very least when I'm back Abu Dhabi, we can have a conversation on this with your principal. That's what he said lah. He was quite new lah. He was quite firm on that.
But on the second thing, he will see to it that happen. The second part.
Yeah, the second part. He said that the second part is that the two players will meet up, and then his guy will come back and report to him what is the deal on the table, and see whether he can work on that lah.
The second part is simple. The second part is just for Chairman Su to sign a letter to say that amount was a loan. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I'm sure his lawyers will then advise him, whatever the repercussions and whatnot. But he says that whatever he can help, based on the two principals' conversation, he will help. That's mine. But please tell your principal that for the principal to talk to me is very risky, and we should protect our principals, and we should. It's very risky. And I know,
but we want things to happen. Things don't happen.
Tapi orang Arab pun macam tu juga kan?
They're dragging the whole thing, susah pula kita.
But
dia tak apa lah, kita ni more exposed daripada dia.
Betul.
Dia bukan demokrasi, dia boleh duduk
sama kan, tak suka apa kan, tak ada apa. But I don't think, and whatever he said entirely is, he's being fair. I think we have a case. But the only thing we need to manage dia punya situation lah. Dia kata dia tengah cuti, lepas tu dia tolong juga, lepas tu ini risau. Dia memang risau lah, all this thing bocor apa semua ni, dia risau. Dia kata if this goes up, then it's very difficult for me to work. Even when you came, it came out in the print. I'm sure it's not from you because you don't know money, but somebody like it, who is sharing all this, and I'm not comfortable. But that one I discounted it, and in fact I wasn't comfortable already, but I discounted it. I still carry on. So all these things we need to protect. Dia memang risau bab tu lah. Kalau itu yang kita kena protect betul. Kalau that, So sorry sir, I really
sabar. You try your best. Memang harap dia memang susah.
But on Saturday, I can arrange a conversation with you Saturday petang atau Saturday malam.
Yeah, to at least settle benda tu dulu lah, the second part.
Yeah, the second part, dia meeting up, yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's it. I think we played about 9 clips of audio recording. You have all heard it. There are various serious issues that arise, including abuse of power, criminal conspiracy, obstruction of justice, compromising national security, fabrication of false evidence through foreign aid and connivance. I have instructed my officers to take all necessary steps, and we will hand over the materials to the relevant authorities for investigation. In this whole sordid episode of betrayal of public trust and criminality, we can be thankful there was one brave public servant who knew his duty and did it, that is Tan Sri Abu Qasim. I think we will open up for questions and answers. Like I said, for purpose of security, we will not reveal that at the moment. We're going to give it to the authorities and let them know how we did.
Is it from one source or what?
We received it, and we don't know whether they came with many sources or they compiled it. We don't know that.
Do you have a transcript of all of this?
No, we don't, because when we got it, we went through forensic to identify first who they are, and we did our investigation, and we obviously, based on the knowledge we have of the whole the individuals that was involved, we could easily identify who they are. But we can prepare transcript, but that will take time. We wanted to do this revelation for the interest of the public. I think it's been too long, and not just in the name of transparency, but because we do not want any more undermining of independent bodies like MACC or the Attorney General to be compromised in the manner in which you can see how secret documents are being shared, are being revealed, and total undermining was happening. So because of that, I think it was necessary for us to share with all of you what was happening. Which investigation paper? SRC. We believe it's SRC International. Yeah.
When did you receive the recordings?
Sorry? Yeah, because we just received it. When we received it, look, the case can continue. As far as we're concerned, the conversation is about cover-up of the ongoing cases. So we are talking about a new set of offences that is taking place throughout that recording. Sorry, yeah.
When did you receive the recording?
Recently.
Did I miss it or?
No, just recently. I mean, just after the New Year. Yeah.
What happens now moving forward with this recording? Where do you do the recording?
We are going to hand it over to the authorities because we believe like I said, there's abuse of power. There is a clear cover-up and criminal conspiracy here. So we believe this calls for a serious investigation. So we would hand it over to the relevant authorities to investigate, and in this case, of course, the police.
Only police?
No, we will do our own investigations as well, but it would be also better for the police to come in.
By releasing it now, to develop or don't you think this is going to somehow affect current trials that
I don't see how it's going to affect. As far as we are concerned, this is of public interest and it involves serious national security. So I don't see how this cannot be shared, and I don't see how it's going to be prejudicial to an ongoing case.
Additional charges in relation to this?
We wait for the investigation to come up, but based on our own expertise, looking and analyzing the conversation, we can see there are elements of power abuse. We can see the revelations going on, and the individuals we are talking about are holding one of the highest posts. So this cannot be, it should not have happened. Not us. We believe the police should be doing that. Yeah.
Will you be looking to work with the UAE for the investigation?
Well, I do not want to speculate anything. Let's see what happens once we give it to the authorities.
When will you be submitting it to the court?
As soon as possible. I've already instructed my officers to do so.
So the media was the first to hear this?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Is there any other clips?
No. As the ones that we got was this. I don't know whether they will keep giving us or whoever is presenting to us will keep providing us, but this is what we have received. And we may have not played fully, but the essence of it we've played to you. Overall is about 50 minutes. I think we played about 45 minutes. So as far as we are concerned, these are the conversations that we heard. I don't know whether there are any others.
Did your forensics determine if there was any indication that the conversations were manipulated or faked or anything like that?
No, we're quite satisfied that this is authentic. Yes.
So it's not participated in the
No.
It's not the interpretation.
Yes.
So within MACC, what investigation do?
Well, it's not about us taking because okay, there are some elements of corruption here, but a majority of the offences that we note involves offences under the penal code. So we would prefer the police to start the investigation. That would be much better. On our part, our investigation was to actually identify who the individuals were, and then of course that makes it easier for the police to continue with the investigation. How then they want to use the investigation and prepare the charges and such, I think we don't want to speculate. Let them proceed. These are clear criminal offences. Without having to specify the actual sections, there are attempts to fabricate evidence. If you notice, there were conversations to draw up a so-called loan agreement to make it appear legitimate, the money that was given to Reza Aziz. Now, anyone who has an understanding of that conversation will see that revolves about talking about fabricating and making up evidence. That's one. The Attorney General's office sharing information to persons who are subjected to investigation. In this case, if the person he's talking to are possible suspects, and you can see from the conversation he is, that is actually a breach of the Official Secrets Act, among others. That is not for us to decide. So we will give it to the police and up to the prosecution, the Attorney General's chambers, what they would like to do. This is the one that we have received. But we, because for easy hearing, we compressed it in one recording.
What? The individual that came forward with this recording?
No, they did not come forward. I didn't say any individuals. So we will not reveal how.
How do we obtain it then?
We will not reveal how.
Okay, but what?
We will give it to the authorities.
Okay, but obtaining it, whether it came from someone, or you guys came already, what took this person so long to?
That we don't know. We don't know if we can talk to that person. Lagi bagus, but we only received it, so we did not interview any person. We just got the recordings, and we analysed the recordings. This is something actually quite common. MACC receives all kinds of information by anonymous persons. There are surat layangs, there are thumb drives, CDs, all forms. So that's quite a common thing that happens in MACC, because a lot of people are afraid, and I believe, having heard the conversation, there is a sense of fear, and that is why it just popped up, right? So our job is not to basically find out too much who gave us, but what was in it first. And having heard it, it really doesn't matter, because I think the content is much more important. Yeah. So, but we will leave it to the police.
As a lawyer, was it actually?
What is it?
Recording conversations. Is it actually?
I'm not here as a lawyer. I'm here as a MACC chief. All right.
How many people?
Oh, okay. I didn't keep count, but there is Dato Sri Najib, there is Tan Sri Zulkifli, Datin Sri Rosma, Aziz Rahim, Tan Sri Shukri, Mahari, and then the two individuals from Abu Dhabi. About 7. Yeah.
Is it a crime to record the conversation of the Prime Minister?
That's not what we did. We just played out to you. So I'm not going to speculate that. Yeah. We're not going to. Sorry. Which Prime Minister? Oh, you mean the former or current? No. Media is the first.
What is the agency subject? How
We're not gonna make any assumption because we don't see on our part, we don't see any sub judice aspect. So let's see who says it. Yeah, that's precisely why we are playing it up, because this involves the undermining of MSCC work. This involves, you can see the series and the dates. The first conversation by Tan Sri Zul was when he was in his capacity as a DPP, right? And throughout, after many months, he eventually was appointed as the MSCC chief. So you guys make the conclusion. I did not say any person who gave the recording.
How did you find out about the dates?
Oh, the dates are in the document. Yeah. The dates are definitely in the document.
Was it in the thumb drive or?
Banyak
So
soal
can you
lah.
tell us a little bit more if you don't want to? You can just tell us.
I can't. Sorry, but we will be giving it to the authorities. Maybe the authorities can share with you. We can't because we are afraid for whoever came up with this thing. We're afraid for that person. So sorry. Then next time they will start looking for things, so it's not safe.
Adakah itu didapat serentak ataupun secara berperingkat?
Serentak. Kita dapat dokumen ni serentak. Serentak maksudnya sekali.
Can you summarize the time frame the conversation?
Oh, okay. So the first conversation. The first one was on the 5th of January 2016 at about 11:56 p.m. And then the second one is on the 17th January 2016 at about 12:20. Third, 12:20 p.m. Third one is 22nd January 2016, 10:12 p.m. Fourth one, 26th February 2016, 11:56 a.m. Fifth, 22nd July, 8:54 p.m. 22nd July 2016. Sixth, 22nd July 2016, 11:33 p.m. Seventh, 23rd July 2016, 2:49 a.m. Eighth, 27 July 2016, 12:46 a.m. And the last one, the last one is 29th July 2016 at 12:14 a.m.
For the purposes of the camera, can you tell us the significance of the dates?
Yeah, because when we listened to the conversation, there were events that they mentioned. For example, the first few conversation, it was involving I have passed document, Tan Sri AG akan buat pengumuman, you don't worry, kita beli masa dan sebagainya. So you can see what it was talking about. So of course we did our own search to find out what actually they were talking about, right? And then, for example, the second conversation, there was a reference to the announcement of the DOJ. So you can take a guess what that was about. And then, of course, we looked at the conversation between Dati Rosma and Datuk Sri Najib, in which he said he has signed the letter, and almost sounds like he was reporting to the Prime Minister's wife, and she was very upset with Abu Qasim. And then he immediately said that he has actually signed the letter, and that was on the 27th of July. And 3 days later, you know, if you look at it, he was appointed, 1st August, he was appointed as the MACC chief, right? And further to that, you can see other very serious names or suggestions that was in the conversation. For example, Dato Sri Najib to Rosma said, baguslah Azwan dah buat statement. And he was talking about some Azwan. Now this is our guess because we looked at the event. We believe he's talking about a person by the name of Azwan Bro. Okay? So you can probably play back and hear the conversation again later. I'm not going to do it again. But that is quite disturbing. That the Prime Minister is talking about some so-called individual who does a statement on his behalf. What is that about? So all these things are pretty scary because this is in the midst of a serious investigation of a mega scandal and corruption that has taken the nation up for a few years. And here we are listening to the conversation, complete undermining of the institutions that is supposed to take care and solve the problem and bring to justice. Yes. Yes. So the fact that Tan Sri Zul, masa tu dia belum Tan Sri lah, okay? Dia apa? Tuan Zul, okay? Masa tu dia Tuan Zul. Dia telah maklumkan kepada apa yang kita boleh katakan ketika itu masih individu yang jadi suspek, ya. Dan dia beritahu kes tu stick to you. Dia it's not very good, basically dia kata not very good. And then but don't worry, kita kena settle. Don't worry, Apandi and I know what to do. These are all very, very serious, you know. Yes.
Is Azwan Bro referring to Senator Azwan?
No, actually, I'm not sure. I don't think. Is he? Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with his. Yeah, they mentioned Azwan Bro. Yeah. Oh, I don't know whether he has become senator. That one you all have to check. Oh yeah. Okay.
You just assume that it's Azwan Bro lah. Right?
Yes, we are assuming. Yeah. So if that is the same person who is the senator, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
The first set of conversations was before Rahsia Apandi press conference hearing the Prime Minister, right?
Yes. That was Tan Sri Apandi had a press conference on the 25th of January 2016. Okay? Thank you very much.